धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम् भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
विघ्नेश्वरं भजते जननी जननी सत्य साई सुर जननी
जननी जननी सत्यसाई शुभ जननी
राजाधिराजा साई महाराजा
गौरीनाथाय विश्वनाथाय साईनाथाय नमः शिवाय
Om
त्वमयक्ष्मया परिभुजा नमस्ते अश्वायुधाय नागदाय कृष्णवे उभाभ्याम् उदते नमो बाहुभ्यां तव धन्वने परिते धन्वनो हेतिरस्मान् कृणक्तु विश्वतः अतो ययिषुभिस्तवाने अस्मन्निदेहितम् शम्भवे नमः अग्र्याय च परमाय च नमः आशवे चाजिराय च नमः शीघ्रियाय च शीघ्राय च नमः ऊर्ध्याय च वस्वन्याय च नमः स्रोतस्याय च दीर्घाय च नमो ज्येष्ठाय च कनिष्ठाय च नमः पूर्वजाय च परजाय च नमो मध्यमाय च पगल्भाय च नमो जगन्याय च बुद्धियाय च नमः सोभ्याय च प्रतिचर्याय च नमो याम्याय च क्षेम्याय च नमः उर्वर्याय च कल्याय च नमः श्लोक्याय च वसान्याय च नमो वन्याय च कक्ष्याय च नमः श्रवाय च प्रविश्रवाय च नमः आशुषेणाय चाशुरताय च नमः शूराय चावविन्दते च नमो वर्मिणे च वरूधिने च नमो बिल्मिने च कवचिने च नमः श्रुताय च श्रुतसेनाय च नमो धुन्दुभ्याय च अनन्याय च नमो विष्णवे च प्रमृषाय च नमो धूताय च प्रहिताय च नमो निषङ्गिने चेषु धीमते च नमः श्रीश्रेषणे चायुधिने च नमः स्वायुधाय च सुधन्वने च नमः शुच्याय च पत्याय च नमः भाग्याय च मीत्याय च नमः सूर्याय च सरस्याय च नमो नाट्याय च वैशन्ताय च नमः पूज्याय च भट्याय च नमो वर्ष्याय च वर्ष्याय च नमो मेघ्याय च विद्युत्याय च नमः ईद्रियाय च तप्याय च नमो वाद्याय च रेश्मियाय च नमो वास्तव्याय च वासुकाय च नमः सोमाय च रुद्राय च नमः ताम्राय चारुणाय च नमः शङ्गाय च पशुपतये च नमः उग्राय च भीमाय च नमो अग्रे वदाय च दूरे वदाय च नमो अन्त्रे च हनीयसे च नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यो नमस्काराय नमः शम्भवे च मयोभवे च नमः शङ्कराय च मयस्कराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च नमः तीर्याय च कूर्याय च नमः भार्याय च भार्याय च नमः प्रकरणाय चोत्तरणाय च नमः आचार्याय च लाजाय च नमः षष्ट्याय च पेन्याय च नमः श्रीकट्टाय च प्रभाष्याय च नमः कीर्ण्याय च प्रपद्याय च नमः शिलाय च क्षयणाय च नमः तवर्धिने च पुरस्तये च नमो गोष्याय च कृत्याय च नमः कल्प्याय च केत्याय च नमः काट्याय च तत्परेशाय च नमो हृदयाय च निवेष्ट्याय च नमः पागुंसव्याय च रजस्याय च नमः सृष्ट्याय च हरित्याय च नमो लोप्याय चोलप्याय च नमः ऊर्ण्याय च शून्याय च नमः पन्याय च पर्णसद्याय च नमो पदुरमाणाय च विघ्नते च नमः आकिलते च प्रकिलते च नमो भक्तिरिकेभ्यो देवानागुं हृदयेभ्यो नमो विचीलकेभ्यो नमो विचिन्वकेभ्यो नमः आनिर्भकेभ्यो नमः आमीभक्तेभ्यः ग्राहे अन्धतस्पते दरिद्रङ्गीललोहिता येषां पुरुषाणाम् येषां पशूनां माघे माधोमो ये वन्तु सेनाः परिणो रुद्रस्य हेतिर्वृणस्तु परिच्छ्वेषस्य दुर्मतिरघायोः अवस्थिरा भगवद्भ्यस्तनुष्वमीपस्तोकाय तनयाय मृळया नीरुष्टमशिवतमशिवो नः सुमना भव परमे वृक्ष आयुधन्विताय कृत्तिम् वदान आचर पिनाकम् विप्रदादहि त्रिगिरितविलोहित नमस्ते अस्तु भगवः यास्ये सहस्रगुम्भेतयोन्यमस्मन्निव बन्धु ताः सहस्राणि सहस्रदा बाहुवो सवहेतयः तासामीशानो भगवः पराचीनामुखाकृति सहस्राणि सहस्रशो ये रुद्रा अधिभूम्याम् वेशागुम् सहस्रयोजने वदन्वानि तन्वसि अस्मिन् महत्यर्णवे परीक्षे भवारि नीलग्रीवाश्रितिकण्ठाः सर्वा क्षमाचराः नीलग्रीवाश्रितिकण्ठादिवगुम् रुद्रा उपश्रिताः ये वृक्षेषु सस्मिञ्जरा नीलग्रीवा विलोहिताः ये भूतानामधिपतयो विशिखासक्तवर्धिनः ये अन्येषु विविद्यन्ति पात्रेषु पिबतो जनान् ये पताम् प्रतिरक्षयाय व्युदः ये गीतानि प्रचरन्ति श्रुतावन्तो निषङ्गिनः य एतावन्तस्य भूयागुंसस्य दिशो रुद्रावितस्थिरे येषागुम् सहस्रयोजने वदन्वानि तन्वसि नमो रुद्रेभ्यो ये पृथिव्याम् ये अंतरिक्षे ये दिवि येषामन्नम् वातो वर्षमिषवस्तेभ्यो दश प्राची दश दक्षिणा दश प्रदीची दशोदीची दशोद्वास्तेभ्यो नमस्ते नो मृडयन्तु तेयम् विश्वो यश्च नो स्थितम् भोजम् वेदयामि त्र्यम्बकम् यजामहे सुगन्धिम् पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् यो रुद्रो अग्नौ यो अप्सु य ओषधीषु यो रुद्रो विश्वा भुवना विवेश तस्मै रुद्राय नमो अस्तु तमुस्तु वियस्विषु सुगन्धायो विश्वस्य क्षयति वेषजस्य यक्ष्वा महेशो मनसाय रुद्रम् नमो विर्देवमसुरम् दुवस्य अयम् मे हस्तो भगवान् अयम् मे भगवत्तरः अयम् मे विश्ववेशजो यगुम् शिवाभिमर्शनः ये ते सहस्रमयुतम् पाशा मृत्यो मत्याय हन्तवे तान् यज्ञस्य मायया सर्वानवयजामहे मृत्यवे स्वाहा मृत्यवे स्वाहा ॐ नमो भगवते रुद्राय विष्णवे मृत्युर्मे पाहि प्राणानाम् गन्धिरसि रुद्रो माविशान्तकः तेनान्येनाप्यायस्व सदा शिवो शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् च मे मयश्च मे प्रियञ्च मे नुकामश्च मे कामश्च मे सौमनसश्च मे भद्रम् च मे श्रेयश्च मे वस्त्रश्च मे यशश्च मे बलश्च मे द्रविणम् च मे यन्ता च मे धर्ता च मे क्षेमश्च मे धृतिश्च मे विश्वम् च मे महश्च मे संविच्च मे ज्ञात्रम् च मे सूश्च मे प्रसूश्च मे शीलम् च मे सिन्धुम् दुरितात्यग्निः तामग्निवर्णाम् तपसा ज्वलन्तीम् वैरोचनीम् कर्मफलेषु जुष्टाम् दुर्गाम् देवीगुं शरणमहम् प्रपद्ये सुतरसितरसे नमः अन्ये त्वम् पारयानभ्यो अस्मान् स्वस्ति विरति दुर्गाणि विश्वा ऊष पृथ्वी बहुरान उर्वी भवादोकाय तनयाय संयो विश्वानि नो दुर्गः जातवेदस्सिन्धुम् ननावादुरितानि पर्षि अग्ने अस्त्रिमन्मनसा गृणानो स्माकम् बोध्यविता तनूना ऋतनादितगुम् सहमानमुग्रमग्निगुम् उवेम परमात्सरस्तात् सरः परिषदति दुर्गाणि विश्वा रामद्देवो अतिदुरितात्यग्निः प्रत्नोषितमीड्यो अध्वरेषु सना च होतानव्यस्य सच्चीम् स्वांसाग्ने तनुवम् विक्रय स्वामव्यक्त्य सौभगमाय जस्व गोभिर्जुष्टमयुजो निषिद्धम् तरेन्द्र विष्णोरनुसञ्चरेम नागस्य पृष्ठमभिसंवसानो वैष्णवीनो वैरमादयन्ताम् कात्यायनाय विद्महे कन्यकुमारि धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गे प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
गणपतये नमः
आनन्दमयी चैतन्यमयी सत्यमयी परमे आनन्दमयी चैतन्यमयी सत्यमयी परमे आनन्दमयी चैतन्यमयी सत्यमयी परमे आनन्दमयी चैतन्यमयी सत्यमयी परमे आनन्दमयी चैतन्यमयी सत्यमयी परमे
आनन्दमयी चैतन्यमयी सत्यमयी परमे
आनन्दमयी चैतन्यमयी सत्यमयी परमे
आनन्दमयी चैतन्यमयी सत्यमयी परमे
आनन्दमयी चैतन्यमयी सत्यमयी परमे
आनन्दमयी चैतन्यमयी सत्यमयी परमे
आनन्दमयी चैतन्यमयी
Salam everybody. Thanks to Swami for making this wonderful satsang happen today, and thanks to all of you for coming. It's already like 7:30, so we have maybe like what we can. It's like almost a free format, but we can maybe take about 30 minutes to talk about our experiences. We have learned Vedas. Most of us, I think, or maybe all of us have learned Vedas from Sekhar Garu for like almost 6 years. At least I have learned from 2003. So we can share some experiences of how it has helped us, how it has taken us towards Swami, and then maybe we can request Sekhar Garu to share some experiences or sing songs, anything you want. So we have, I think, very little time. So maybe somebody can get started and talk about it, and then we can break for dinner or something like that. So it's almost like a free format. So, but I think we should give a lot of time to Sekhar Garu. That's why I think everybody's come here to listen to him. But also, one more thing we want to make it very clear: this is not like a farewell party or anything for him. It's just a satsang because we somehow were able to catch him and get some time from him. So it's nothing like a farewell, and we'll talk about that more about how we are going to continue the classes.
Can we ask anything to Shekhar?
Yes.
I can be listening to all of you.
We will start in alphabet. I think Bala wanted to say something.
Had you said yes to that question, everybody knows what my question is.
Salam everyone. It's a miracle, just learning to chant and to understand whatever little meaning that I could is simply a miracle. And it's been probably 5 years with Shekharji and all of you. A lot of you were there early in the morning and even before that, starting with 3 months when it was offered in spring. So what I want to share is, Swami takes 100 steps towards you and helping you. If you take one step, that is what I understand. And for that, I could sacrifice anything. And it feels like that. And so Vijayam is that victory is with you, just to take one step sincerely towards him or in his teachings. And he takes and he gives you. And it is not just the material things, but it is the bliss, the joy, not just the happiness. It is the joy and the bliss that he gives you through various means. And the miracles will start happening. They are small, but Swami always gives you a surprise present through miracles. It is a great fortune to know all of you and Shekharji, Haimaji. I want to thank Haimaji for one specific reason. Last year, throughout the year, they shared their home early in the morning on every Saturday. Every Saturday we were there. Even if Shekharji or Haimaji were not at home, we were going there and doing with Suprabhatam to Swami, chanting Sri Rudram and other Veda chants. So I sincerely want to thank, and also Sai also. We might have inconvenienced him, definitely, because he has other obligations as well, school and all. Sometimes he used to come and could not. And our sincere thanks to Sai as well, and to Haimaji and Shekharji. Yes, sir.
I obviously want to hear all of you. Because you've been hearing from me for a long time, so it's about time when I'm silent and you all should know.
I've had the opportunity of knowing Shekhar for a very short time, but I really I'm sorry, I feel very bad that I wasn't in Bay Area for longer when he started the ways of chanting, but I'm trying to grope with whatever is happening now. So I myself am feeling so bad that he's moving to Sacramento. When I heard it, I was like so displeased about it. So I can imagine how the rest might be feeling who have known him for so long.
Actually, one's sadness is one's happiness.
Then Sacramento will sit and that will
No, actually, I think what happened was we did Abhishekam at Stockton Center for Shivratri. And it was an incredible energy that was there that night. It was just a feeling that is inexpressible, you know. Flowers were falling from Swami as if he's throwing the flowers, they were falling. It's not that just, tumbling down, He's sitting and then the flower will just hit, like as if he's throwing it. I've seen it only once actually that happened when one time the Balvikas children were singing bhajans in Dallas, Texas. And when they were singing the bhajan in the afternoon, akshatas came out from Swami's hand and fell over all the children. So literally, and when this was happening in Stockton Center, Brother Prabhakar was there, and it was really such an incredible feeling of his presence. It's nothing to do with us. All the thing is grace only. Everything is love only. And then during the chanting, I asked them, next Shivratri, all of you should take oath that you will be chanting Rudram and you are not going to listen, you will be chanting, I will be listening, and Swami will be listening. And then the devotees that were there, the young adults, some of them, they said, yes uncle, we are going to take oath, but with one condition, that you have to come and teach us. And then I said, pray to Swami, it will happen. And so now we know the rest of the story. I'm not going anywhere.
I'm always impressed with the depth of knowledge Peter gathers. No matter what he's teaching, he goes into so many other Itihasas, Puranas, and Padyas, and he repeats them without even looking at anything. And I wondered how many brain cells to keep that much of information in his brain and repeat it instantly without even looking at anything. He has inspired me so much. We have learned a lot from him, and we are really obligated to do something for both of them because they have given their help at 4:30 in the morning, and all of us had an opportunity to go and learn. A lot of us at 4:30 to 7:30, 8 o'clock, it was an inspiration for us. We want to thank both of them. Thank you.
The only obligation is to Swami. The only Guru in the world is Swami. Only thing that exists is Swami. So whatever you say goes to Swami. Sarvadeva Namaskaram Keshavam Pratiyachati. So Bhagavan is the one, is the one that inspired every one of us to get into this Veda Dharma. He is the one that is his mission, that is his, he said it in his words, that is it. The only reason why God has reincarnated is to re-establish the Veda Dharma. And that is interpreted in so many ways by so many people, but let's not get into that. But what it really means is that it is for us to, the greatest obligation is to this divinity, Sarva Devata Atita Swarupa, Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. And it is really not an ordinary thing that we have, been born in this age
during his physical presence with a walking God, talking God, loving God, living God, and the God that is beyond any God. And so the only obligation I want all of you to take is practice the Vedic, not chanting, but practice the Vedic dharma that he wants us, all of us to. This is a path that he wants us to go on. It is not just the chanting that is the most important thing. So with that, spread this. If you know how to chant Rudram, I would encourage you all to teach every one of your own family members. Let them chant. And that's the only obligation you have. And of course, I'm saying that in the context of not to start a missionary around it, but I'm saying it with pure heart and love. This is the only thing Swami is asking. Everybody he comes across, Rudra Nerchukunava, Rudram Chaduvutunava. Only thing he is asking, how much attention he is paying to that.
So he says buffalo.
So please don't, share your own heart's experience, and that's what I want to listen to. If you are thanking anything, thank Swami, and we are actually what we have done is nothing compared to what you all have done for us, and I want to be really honest and sincere about that. It is because of the love of so many devotees that didn't even care for coming down for 2.5 hours, waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Some people from Sacramento, some people from Marine County and all kinds of places. How much love they had for Swami. That's the reason I really am grateful to every one of you whose love for Swami has made us the instruments. And so all the thanks to Bhagavan, okay, including that little fellow, Srija, who would come at 4:45 in the morning with flowers, and she will sit and she will decorate the feet of Swami in my place, in Swami's feet, and arrange all the flowers with such a care that the only thing I would see is Amukta Madhura coming to give flowers to Bhagavan. And when I used to see that, that was the reason why I would tell my wife, Srija should come and decorate Swami's feet. And no matter what, whether she has fever or whatever, she would come and she would decorate the flowers. That's the love that Swami brought to all of us. Very grateful to Sai Ram. So please share your own experience of chanting the Veda, not thanking me. So I just want to be very clear, Sai Ram. Sure.
Actually, first of all, I must say, you are all so lucky to have been here in the Bay Area. And I'm coming from India and even living in Puttaparthi. It's like so hard to learn Vedas and things like that. I was really craving, and it really took a lot to tell me, on the Payampar, the Iraq boy, he can learn Vedas, can chant Vedas. What about you? And I didn't know what to do, but I just fell at his feet. Swami, I also want to learn Vedas. Please give your blessings. He said, okay. And that's when in September I first met with Shekharaji at Deepak's house. That's when the 83-day sadhana program was going on, and after Swami said learn Rudram, learn Veda, I didn't know how to start, where to start and everything, but just sitting with Shekhar uncle just for 2 days out of the entire week and reading the text, I could chant Veda and so on. It was really such a very positive influence that really made it possible. Okay, so with this, and then I unfortunately missed a lot of these meeting sessions because I was not here, but I very much remember some of the stories that Shekhar has always mentioned, especially this monkey story where monkey is Hanuman is actually in Sri Lanka, and Sita is being told that some other monkey is coming to fire the whole Sri Lanka and things like that. So that story really held in my mind, and it's so beautiful how he narrates all these practical examples and things from the Puranas and everything, and really teaches us. So that's really very beautiful. And in our own way, I don't know whether I let it fire or not, but Swami asked me to bring a lingam here. So whatever influence it has. So anyway, so that was so beautiful. And after that, really been praying to Swami that I should chant Rudram every day and so on. And with His grace, been following that and so on. So it's been really nice. And recently, some of you know that we had this music album that we presented to Swami, and it was really a miracle. And I would really attribute it to chanting Rudram, because Brother Jiray knows this, that earlier when I used to sing, could not even sing at a higher pitch and things, a very low scale. But after chanting Rudram at higher scale and G scale and things like that, the voice automatically comes up and so on. It's truly a miracle. And it was almost like Lord Shiva granting a boon that you could actually do this and so on. So I had this opportunity to present this to Swami, and Swami spent 10 minutes and everything. So it's such a beautiful experience. But after coming back from Puttaparthi, after like being there for 1 month and coming back and so on, I was like one day chanting Rudram, and I was doing my Gayatris and chanting Rudram, and I was completely in disbelief that this whole thing happened with Swami and things like that. Okay, and it was really unbelievable because I was really trying to pinch myself to know that is it a dream or is it for real? It's complete disbelief. And I asked Swami only one thing, Swami, I just have only one desire, which is like, is this really true? And I want you to prove this to me, and what is this whole purpose behind this whole thing? And as soon as I chanted Rudram, I was like, after a while, because chanting every day, it becomes like you get by heart, and I just close my eyes and chant Rudram. And the real thing that I felt is that the more we chant Rudram, the more our ego gets destroyed. The Shiva, the power in the Rudram really destroys our ego, and we become like completely a pure instrument. And imagine how many times he has chanted Rudram and how many people he has taught Rudram. Such a pure instrument is what Swami requires for his mission. But anyway, so I was like chanting Rudram, and it was really an overwhelming experience. After that, I was just having this disbelief that Swami is this true. And after I chanted Rudram, and this time there was one song that came to me, and this time, earlier it used to be like coming and then I should remember that and write it down or sing and things like that. But this time it was like, I'm just sitting there and just singing this song as it comes. It's almost like a download, like Shiva is like download. And because of interest of time, I won't sing the whole song, but I just want to share the first part of it, which is really very significant. That is the essence of Rudram, which goes like, says, Ayamatma, Ayamatma, Ayamatma Swarupa, Ayam Prema, Ayam Prema, Ayam Prema Swarupa, I am formless, I am timeless, because I am Atma. I am desireless, I am fearless, because I am Atma. I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am Jivatma. I have been seeking for merging with Paramatma. I have been seeking for merging with Paramatma. So that was the whole effect of learning Rudra, which is really merging into the Paramatma. And that's why I really feel that this is such a great boon. It's just not mere chanting, it's killing our egos, killing our mind. That's what Swami says, dying mind. It's killing our mind, destroying our mind, really merging into the ultimate Paramatma, the consciousness, Parabrahma consciousness. So that's why I was so thankful to him. I just want to share one more experience very quickly, is that 2 weeks back I had a flight to go to Virginia from San Francisco, and I was already late. I had to visit my relative's place. Came back in a rush. I wanted to leave, but something told me it was a Monday to Somavaram. I should chant Rudra. So I was like, oh God, no, Swami, you please organize. I really want to chant Rudra. I don't want to miss on a Monday chanting Rudra, because in the flight and everything, it's very hard to chant. By the time I reach Virginia, it will be like midnight. So I just want to chant on Somavaram. So I said, okay, let me chant, and I was chanting Rudra. And after that, I left in my car, and something kept telling me like I should keep chanting and I should keep doing my Gayatris and things like that. I did that, and then I was going on 101 highway at 80 miles per hour, and suddenly the tire burst. Okay, and I couldn't even realize what happened. But the reason I'm sharing this is because suddenly I felt like some other like just came and grabbed the wheel and just slowly pushed it on the other side, kind of thing. So it was truly Rudra which saved my life, like so many times right now. But that's why we are all so thankful for Shankarji, and we really request him, and through this website and everything, I think more people, still a lot of people can't even believe that such a website exists. Recently I was in Chicago, and people are so happy that this website is existing and all the Vedas are being spread. So I think it's really a great thing, and really request him to do more and more of this and spread this globally. So, thank you.
I'm very thankful to Shekhar ji for having taught us Vedas for how many ever years we've been. It's incredible to think that he had to go through many rounds of teaching us Rudram to get to where we are at today. But with all the effort that's been spent, I mean, right now we are able to chant it at the pace that we are chanting it, and it's always been a source of strength, reinforces positive thinking for me. And for some reason, whenever I need to, this is Rudram is the one that I need to chant. The rest of the Vedas to Purusha Suktam. That's always one of my fondest memories of Purusha Suktam, because that was the first class that I started learning, and I always have very fond memories of that class. And amongst all my Vedas, Rudram being a favorite, Purusha Suktam is also one of the favorites. Our trip to Parthi, when we went and had to, where the whole of the Shanti was sitting and chanting, and we got to chant with them. That was an experience that cannot even be described. For that, we are very thankful to you, still, Mahima, for having not just shared your home, for having accommodated and spent as much time and effort that you needed to spend to get us to this. And I hope Swami has it in his plans to let Shekharji keep continuing on these classes. I don't know, maybe you can get a private plane or something. Coming to the Saturday classes is like something.
You negotiate that with the second.
I'd like to just add a comment. Somebody was mentioning about how all this brings down the ego. I remember in, I think 2007, April, the very first time when I was going to Sekhar's house in the morning, I was going in with a lot of ego. I think my wife can relate to it. Because it was really disrupting my personal schedule of what I was used to on the weekend, of going for a hike on Saturday morning with a bunch of friends and enjoying it.
Some of them still addicted.
And sometimes when the class would not get over on time, my ego would come in the way, and I would want to go out in order to be able to go for the hike with my friends. And now, probably about a year and a half later, I'm like, the first thing in the morning for me is to, on a Saturday morning, is to go for these Veda classes. Even if it is for about 1 hour, the classes start off, and the experience that we get before the actual chanting, Sekhar goes on his monologue, which is actually very nice. Don't take it wrong. But it's a great experience, and then just when the chanting starts, I walk away. But today I was there for the full session, so again, it's been a great experience. And the days when we had the 83 days of activities, and it was fantastic. The experience it brought to me is just getting to know a lot of people. I met Arvind during that process. I met a lot of many people that I would not have come in contact with purely because of my ego. It was again something that subsided, so that was the great experience.
Actually, one of the person who used to come to the Veda class mentioned to me once, he is going on and on and on. Even the squirrel on the wall is going and eating the acorn. When is he ever going to leave us? I'm so hungry. He was so so upset that the sibling leading the breakfast.
Saidam, I want to share. My uncle and aunt are very close to Swami, and they used to tell, like in Bhakti, people are so dumb they didn't know the importance of Baba. Being very close to Shekharana and like like in the center from San Jose, I never realized that. I thought, okay, for me, Lalita Sahasranama, Vishnu Sahasranama, Veda chanting, all should be perfect. Even one word, if I, chant wrong, I'll get negative energy. So I never attempted even to attend one class. But Baba always comes in the form of like, I always attend the study circle, and he was so kind enough, he started the Veda classes prior to the study circle. And I'm so surprised, I'm like, I'm like so surprised that I can chant Veda now. And then I thought, like, when Shekharana told that he is moving to Sacramento, I was like so upset that day. Then I thought, okay, Sacramento people need Swami's energy. Already gone. So let him go and spread, and we all wish you a very good luck. Thank you.
I didn't realize I was holding people hostage. That was quite it. But honestly, what happens in that class is totally not in my control. I can be very, very honest and sincere about it. Because I don't go to any class prepared. I fully believe that I am the buffalo. So whatever he needs to use me for whatever instrument, it happens. So it was, it is such an incredible experience. It's an incredible transformation experience for me. For the last 6 years, how much grace the Swami have showered, I don't know for what reason, only he knows. I don't even want to know, because the experience of not knowing it, just experiencing it is enough. And I was sharing last night, I never learned any of these things formally with a guru. And one time I had to learn, one time Subramanian Garu, he used to be part of the Abhishekam group. He called me and he said he is going to start Mani Suktam classes. And during the Abhishekam time, the only Suktam I could not chant was Mani Suktam. So I was feeling, oh my God, this opportunity of learning Mani Suktam is coming, but Swami, I had to go to India at that time. And I said, oh, if I have to go to India, so I told him, no, I'm going to India, I'm sorry, I'm going to miss it. But I went to Swami and said, Swami, do you want me to learn Mani Suktam or not? How are you going to teach me? This is the dialogue, I got on the flight, went to Bombay, and my sister-in-law, who always wishes to take me around Ganesh Puri and all these places, she said, let's go to Ganesh Puri after you come back from work, and we'll go to Ganesh Puri. Ganesh Puri is outskirts of Bombay. There's a temple of Vajreshwari there. And so went to Ganesh Puri, visited the mother, and she said there is Nityananda ashram there, so let's go take, I went to Nityananda's ashram. And then she said, this is the old ashram, there is actually new ashram, Muktananda's ashram, who's the disciple of Nityananda. So I went there with her, and when we entered the ashram, they were chanting Mani Suktam. And I just sat down, and they chanted 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 9 times, 11 times. And by the time it was 11th time they were chanting, 12th time I was actually chanting with them, just sitting and just listening to it. And then after that they actually chanted for 21 times Mani Suktam. I don't know why they did that, but I don't want to know also. I know it's behind it. So 21 times the chanting was over. And the ashram is run by Chittilasamai. She is the one that is now in charge of that Ganesh Puri ashram. So she comes out in the evening time for darshan, for blessing the devotees. And she comes out, she comes straight to me and said, Beta, Mani Suktam Sikh liya. And then she gave me a Rudraksha. She said, I don't know, this Rudraksha Chittilasamai gave. And so I really felt that Bhagavan made sure that what I asked him, because I don't know why it happens like that. Whatever inspiration that he gives during the class, it just comes out like that. There is never a preparation. And yesterday, just today I was sharing, Brother Vijay asked me, we were learning Surya Suktam, he asked me last class, what is the meaning of Grini? And then I was pretty sure he did a Google search and all that, so I knew that if I do a Google search, he would have found it anyway, he would not have asked me. But then I thought, maybe he already looked at Google and he wanted to confirm. So I went on to Google and I typed Grini and all, combinations, text words, such, nothing was coming up. I said, this is waste of time. I sat down and did 108 times Grini Surya Aditya, the Surya Ashtakshara mantra. And deep in the meditation, it's exactly like, the meaning of the mantra unravels itself when you put your thoughts towards that. And today morning I shared that, all this week has been only meditating upon Grini Surya Aditya. Grini Surya Aditya. Swami gives the revelation of the mantra. It is not, I'm not saying this about me. No, I'm really saying about Bhagavan's love and grace. That if a fellow like me gets blessed like that, I'm sure people like you who are so devoted, he will give the revelation of the mantra if you intentionally pray for it. And this is not like, this mantra revelation is not like all of a sudden you will jump in the air and will have 4 legs and 5. It's such a practical way he explains the mantra. And today in the explanation it was very practical. He said you have inner radiance, that is Grini. And when that inner radiance really intensifies, it automatically radiates to outside, that is a Surya. And then he said, after that, that radiance that is coming out spreads in all directions and infinitely, and that is Aditya. This is the meaning of Grini Surya Aditya. See how practical that is? What Swami is saying is, he said, Ojasvi, Tejasvi, Tapasvi. Ojasvi is Grini, Tejasvi is Surya, Tapasvi is Aditya. I wanted to just say that, so I wanted to share that I didn't realize I was holding people hostage and...
No, take it. Please continue whatever you're doing.
Thanks for sharing your honesty.
Please continue whatever you're doing. Divine hostage.
First, I want to talk about the weather in Saturday. So please come back, go, be there for 6 months, it's fine.
Maybe we can alter that. He can be there. Saturday morning she can be there.
You are president of only Peninsula Fashion.
If presidents get together, it will become a regional event.
Thank you very much, Chekaji and Haimaji. For a person like me, I remember I was asking somebody in 2001 or 2 to one of my friends' brothers to teach me a sloka, Ganesha sloka. I have never chanted or never said any sloka in my life. I can never imagine that I'm chanting all these mantras. It wouldn't have been possible without you. Because chanting this mantra, there's a lot of connection that happens to Swami. Before that, on behalf of the young adults, I just want to thank you. The young adults of this region are taking a particular moment, and we are at a level where we are preparing ourselves to go and stand in front of Swami in July. Given an opportunity with Guru Kadaksham, please pray for us and bless us that we should get an opportunity to.
All the love for young adults only. You are the only reason why I exist. I can tell you that. The love of young adults is just incredible, and you will, Swami will bless all of you. I'm pretty sure with all the sadhana you're doing, you're already blessed.
Thank you so much. So I just wanted to share one dream that I got. It's related to Shivratri. Our brother Vijay, little brother Vijay is here. Vijay Neklapudi.
Little.
On Shivaratri this year, when we chanted Rudram, the note was very high actually. I was sitting in the front row and chanting, but literally I was shaking. Swati could tell that. So I couldn't chant and I couldn't reach the note, but still I wanted to chant and I held off and I was just chanting. So that night when I went back, I had a beautiful dream. Swami's dream in which Sai Kiran and Arun Sherikar were sitting there by my on the men's side, and I saw myself and Lakshmi Jagannathan, Swami walking slowly around all of us, and he went around the pillar and Vijay was sitting there, Vijay Neklapudi, and I saw Swami putting half of a Mysore pak on his palm. So I don't know what this dream means, so I called him and I told him, he said, oh my God, my mother just left and she prepared Mysore pak, it's my favorite. So I don't know the significance of the dream, maybe there's a message for Vijay and maybe a message for all the younger.
He knows what I like.
So I attributed that to the chanting of Rudra, meaning reaching that high note and something happens, I don't know, internally you just get connected with Swami. He is blessed with so many other dreams, I mean, so thank you very much for all this experience.
My sisters from Peninsula, I have to say, the way they chant Rudram, all the 83 days, some of the sisters from Peninsula Center. And brothers. But brother chanted right in front of Swami. He gave Purnakumam to Swami. That's the greatest blessing for all of us actually, SLM giving Purnakumam to Swami. But I mention ladies because to chant the Vedam in that high note for ladies is not easy. But they don't give up. And no matter what scale we take, they just chant in the same scale. They don't even go low. They are so determined. And when they chant like that, I really feel the heart connected to Swami. It is so incredible. Even when we did the Bhakti trip, it was really the sisters from Peninsula. But actually, every day morning they would sit, they would get up very early in the morning, they'll practice all by themselves, they'll, the Mantra Pushpam, such a dedication and love, it's only because of devotees like that, Swami has to get arrested. When you have such devotion, Swami has to respond. There is no question about that. And he is here with us all the time, but especially when this chanting happens on Saturday mornings, I'm not kidding. I absolutely feel Bhagavan's presence right there. And it is no question about that. And even today, when we were chanting that Ganapati Ghanapatam, I wanted the class to continue, but I know there are other commitments to people. It went off until 8:30, but still, the yearning is called, Paravasham, they call in Telugu. Paravasham means really taken over by something else. And that feeling is very eminent. And so I have to thank all of you because of the devotion of, sisters and brothers.
I wanted to add on this note that Shekharji is not only good in holding all of us hostage, but he is also very good at even getting the little minds. And all the kids who come are so captivated with what he's teaching that first they get captivated with what he's teaching and his style of teaching, and slowly they get interested. And when I call back India and tell that my son knows to chant, it's just not to chant, but he knows more than that. When they chant like Mantra Pushpam in our center, they at least get to know a little bit of the meaning. They can immediately connect to some of the words, and that's only thanks to Shekharji.
And I know Anurag saying that Shekhar uncle is cool, man.
Sairam, I take this opportunity to sincerely thank Swami and his parents. Today, Shekhar has spread, today means for a long time, has spread a lot of love and, the knowledge and other things. But, whenever I look at him, somehow, my thought always goes, how blissful the parents are, how much of a service they have done to get a child like this to spread the things. I always will thank his parents forever. And what is amazing to me for Shekhar, honestly speaking, not his knowledge, but his ability to turn this potential energy, the knowledge, into kind of spreading and sharing his willingness and his willpower and his energy. I have never seen, whenever we ask any program or any help, he never said, I'm busy or I'm not available or something. He makes it. His willpower and willingness to serve. And knowledge, absolutely yes. But there are a lot of people who are just knowledge, pandits and other things. Do we approach the pandits and ask them, is there something, or do we continue? His willpower and willingness to serve is what is amazing me. And whenever Shekhar comes, I just see a ball of energy. I don't know, because that's something which I do not have or I'm not exercising. But I definitely, in my life, whenever Shekhar, the word comes with, two thoughts, his parents and the concept of an energy, the positive energy, which comes always with him, be it in bhajans or Veda class, wherever, as one person when he comes in, it just emulates a lot of energy at this one. Thank you very much for all your help and love.
And to continue on what brother said, it is actually, Swami actually gave a poem to me that confirms what brother Guru said. I will sing it for you. అగ్నిహోత్రుండనుట అతిశయోక్తియు కాదు, అసత్యం అసలే కాదు. ఉండకోద్యుండితడు నిక్కముగను, ఇట్టి పుత్రుని తండ్రి పురుషోత్తముండు. ఉన్నామ నెరక ప్రయాస తొలగి వెలగి ఆ పుణ్యమూర్తి, తండ్రి పరంజ్యోతిని కలిసి పొంగే నాన్న పరవశించి. So what it is not humanly writing. This is Swami telling this is what he is, what Shekharji is. Ponge Nana Parvasinchi, that is Shekharji's dad, Purushottam Garu. He is so happy wherever he is. He is in heaven, He is so happy, immensely happy. And that is what Swami is telling us through this poem. And to elaborate a little bit on the meaning, Munda Kodyum Vitari Nikkamudun. That is like the best one to get. Mundaka is her Mundaka Upanishad. It is the carrying the fire. It's that fire that we say, all of radiance. That is the one could really seek for. And Swami is like confirming that.
Sir, I might give a different perspective of Shekhar. I'm his favorite younger. More favorite than his own son. So every one of you here have a pretty loving relationship with Shekhar uncle, but I have a love-hate relationship with Shekhar. So a lot of you know him from Rudram class, right? Once a week. I know him from Saturday, Sunday of every week for the last 2 years, for the center, and you know what? And even now, you don't see me at the Rudram class or anything, but one thing that I've learned from Shekhar uncle, even though I disagree with him on many different things, I don't listen to him, and I'm very one of the most stubborn people, and the real takeaway is the amount of sacrifice that uncle has made in the last 2 years that I've known, uncle and auntie, it's very different, and there are so many people at the center, there are so many people who chant Rudram, there are, like Gurumurthy Garu was saying, so many people have knowledge and all that, but I think, I couldn't care less much about that, but what really strikes me and that I'll remember all my life is the amount of love Shekhar uncle has for us. I mean, really, he should, one day, this was before the Atirudram, last year, he called me at 5:30, 5:45 something, and for 1 hour we had this huge argument on phone that why should I chant Rudram? And he didn't leave me, he didn't let go, right? And that is something, that is my, he fought with me for 1 hour that I should chant Rudram for, and finally I came and I chanted and, it happened. And no matter how much I disagree, what I'll remember in my life is the personification of that statement, na karme na prajaya dhane na tyage naika amritatvam manusha. It's like only to sacrifice you are immortal. And that's that's my huge takeaway, I think, from Shekhar uncle. Right, uncle?
That's a trick question.
He's wanting to have another argument.
Ravi has set the tempo for this side.
No, honestly, I can tell you, I'm not the only young adult who felt like this. There are others. But one thing we all agree, it's like there's so many adults advising us, right? It's like, oh, Sairam, this is what Swami says, we should listen, right? Shekhar uncle also says it. And we all, tear our hair like, why is this guy not leaving us? But at the end of the day, all of us agree on one thing is that the love that Shekhar uncle has for us. I mean, he's got 20 years, 25 years difference between him and me, and the way I talk to him. Yeah, initially I was skeptical, should I call him uncle or Anna? I didn't know. I used to change one year.
Better change, Vijay.
I can say that the 1 hour you spent is not wasted because he's spending enough of that 1 hour convincing the other younger guy.
I think he's ready to teach a class.
Vijay, just for your information, a lot of kids are calling you uncle.
All games and all forms are okay.
Are you responsible for Sudeep disappearing?
It is actually a blessing. No, I tell you, right, like lot of people are here sad in some sense because Shekhar uncle is leaving. But this is actually an opportunity for all of us to step up.
Absolutely.
It's like Sudeep disappeared, and all of us, oh, Sairam, Sudeep, you're leaving, you are like the pillar of young adult. But I can assure, like, there are so many leaders now, everything happens for a reason, And one time Sridevi was saying, someone said, oh, Sairam, but Shekhar uncle is teaching that in Rudram class, this in Rudram class. Sridevi said, what Shekhar uncle? Every one of us should be like that. No. You forgot, probably. Chant Rudram.
No, that is actually, what he said is absolutely right. I mean, every one of you, should actually take this as your own personal mission. That's what I was saying, Spread it. I mean, you have already been chanting for so long now, and you have imbibed it. It's like, they say that if you take a sandalwood tree and you hit with the axe actually gets the sugarwood from it, right? So what it is that when you actually put that effort, it doesn't matter. I mean, Swami really makes sure that all that aroma is spreading all over. So you are absolutely right. You guys need to take this up now. And young adults by themselves should conduct Veda classes and then do the study circle format, sharing and what it means. And Australia youth exactly are doing that. And Swami talked about it in the Mandir when we were in Parthi in 2006. He was saying, oh, look at all these young adults from Australia. They are learning Vedam, they are doing study circle. They send text messages about study circle, questions to each other. It's like fireball. That's the energy that you guys all should have. No pressure, but
I told you, right? I don't agree with you on anything. Yeah, I do not need to oblige. I can talk to oblige.
Sorry, talking, just follow.
Like one time, Swami told us long time ago, he says, we should all be like ants. It's like ant when it finds sugar, it goes and fetches all the other ants. So when we have realized the power of Rudra, we need to fetch like 100 different people to,
Yes.
So that's why Madhura says I'm torturing the other younger. So,
No, Swami is obsessed with Rudram chanting. Like what Arvind was saying, Even Anil Kumar was joking with me the other day. I asked him, so what are you doing about it? Are you chanting? Because he's asking, Rudram Nechkutna, Rudram. And the reason why he's doing that is, like brothers and sisters shared, there is no question that when you chant the Rudram, the positivity has to come out. Not to you, first to you of course, like I was saying, the inner radiance and the outer radiance, it would spread the positivity. And in the times that we are leading right now, it is absolutely critical that every one of us should first hone into that positivity, and Rudram actually brings that. Forget about any other thing. It is a great transformation tool, and you will begin to break the barriers of limiting the divinity only to Swami also. That you really begin to see that everything is actually his mission only. Everything is, it's absolutely true. I mean, like I was sharing that incident with Chidvilasmai, right? When I came back from India at that trip, we started the Rudram classes. Guess where? That Bikram Yoga Center, if you remember, we used to conduct the Bikram Yoga Center. And when first class I was sitting, I put my harmonium like this, and then we were about to chant Om, and there was a pedestal right next to me, and I sit there. There was Muktananda's picture, and there was a quote about mind and how it is annihilated by Rudra. So all that incident that happened in this Bikram Yoga Center, all the pictures of these great yogis all around us, every class was like as if they were all actually listening to us chanting. Every class they were present. And people will say, oh my God, why do I need to really, this explanation, Shekharji, is this necessary? Do we really need to know the meaning and all that kind of stuff? See, this is a misplaced thing that people think that Vedam has no meaning and nobody should explain the meaning. It's not that Vedam doesn't have the meaning. Swami himself says that Vedam you need to learn with the meaning. And then it takes you deeper and deeper and deeper into yourself first. And when you get connected to the deeper and deeper and deeper of your own self, at one point you can't even explain what it means. That is what it means that it has no meaning. In the depth of that experience, you cannot explain what it is. But it doesn't mean that you should not put the effort to go deeper and deeper into it. Like it's really, how profound the Rudram chanting is. And then even today when we are chanting, the level of elevation of the energy, I mean during Atirudram time, 150, 200 people chanting in the Sanatana Dharma Kendra. You don't even have to chant, just sit there and listen, it was enough for us to go to the highest level. And it is not ordinary that Swami gave this incredible blessing of doing that Atirudram in Bay Area. Great souls actually came and participated in that, whether you know it or not. Absolutely great souls came and participated in that Atirudram. And the reason is because when so many people have such a devotion and love, it will descend all the cosmic energy into that place right there and then. It's like catching a wave, a radio wave. You're tuning it. Do you think that wave will escape? No. When you tune to that, it has to come into the radio, right? The transistor has the power to catch that. So how do we not expect that when there are 30, 40 people and when they are chanting, that it would attract the energy right there and then? It has to be tuned into that. But we are losing the faith in this. We think that this Veda Dharma has no relevance to our daily lives. We think that really this is all something that existed eons ago and it has no relevance to our daily lives. That we have to somehow live the life of a Westerner. No, when you live your own life, a Westerner will come and adore you, not the other way around. We don't need to do marketing about Swami. In fact, we are nobody to do marketing about Swami. When we live Swami's message, everybody will come to Swami. We are actually forgetting that, and we think we have to wear suit, boot and all that kind of stuff, sing English songs to attract Westerners to Sai centers. Brothers and sisters, there's such a misplaced concept about what Sai is about. Nobody has dare attract anybody to Swami. Without Swami's will, nobody can even enter the ashram without Swami's will. That is absolutely the case. It's my own experience. First time I went to Puttaparthi, I tried to go to Puttaparthi, Swami left for Bangalore, I went to Bangalore, Swami left to Kedaikana, and then finally I gave up and I said, what do I need to do? Then Anil Kumar tells me, hey, you have the love for Shirdi Baba, you first go to Shirdi. Are you going to Shirdi? He asked. I said, no, first go to Shirdi and then pray there. And then I went to Shirdi. The rest of it is history. So basically, what I am trying to say is that without Swami's will, you cannot even know him. The fact that so many people do not know about Swami is that he has not willed. When he wills, the whole world is going to turn towards him. He has to will. And how do we want him to will? When we pray to him, he wills. That is the bottom line. We have to pray to him. Swami, the only thing we can do is we can transform ourselves, not to try to transform, attract anybody else. It's wasteful energy. We have to be connected to Swami ourselves. And then everybody else will come to us and to him. And that satsang will automatically happen. So sorry if I'm taking this, the reason why I'm saying this is a powerful opportunity that God has bestowed. And when he himself says, Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu, the whole world changes the mantra from Loka Samasta to Samasta Loka. See how much power he has just with it. In the nick of the second. That's the power of Swami. It is only because he will we are able to learn Veda. There's no question about it. And I am actually an example of that. Ask Prabhakar about Purvashram. He will tell. He always says the real example of Swami's miracle of transformation is Shekhar, because he saw me when in my college days. And now he sees me, he couldn't even recognize it's the same guy. And then it's such an incredible thing that cannot even relate to what that life was before, but it is really, that's the power of Bhagavan's transformation. And Jumsai shared this once. Apparently his wife was, he shared this in San Diego retreat. At that time I conducted a workshop on VEDA, values, educare, devotion, awareness, Veda. VEDA. So in that he shared an experience. He said his wife was a Catholic Christian, never believed in Swami for a long time. And he did not dare to basically talk to her about Swami and try to convert her into Swami mission and all that stuff. After 20 years of marriage, one day he was sitting and Swami asked, Jumsa Em Samacharam, Swami talks to people out of, but they understand perfectly, so. Because we listen to him in our language, so that's what happens. So Swami, then what do you want? Yes, Swami, my wife. Oh, wife. That's it. He went home, she saw his wife decorating Swami's picture, praying to him, the rest of it was just When I heard that story, he said, so let's pray to Swami. Let's pray that Swami stay with us first. We want your feet in our heart forever and forever. And Swami, I want the satsang of your devotees. Ni pada kamala sevayu, ni padarcha kulatodi neyamu, nitanta apara bhuta dayayu, tapasamandara maku dayaseya gade. The beautiful poem in Potana Bhagavatam. Ni pada kamala sevayu. It is worship, service to your feet. Ni pada archakulatodi neyamu. Friendship with those that worship your feet. Due to that you get nitanta apara bhuta dayayu. Never ending, infinite compassion. Tapasamandara maku dayaseya gade. The one that we are yearning through our hearts, Swami, please bless us with that. So we have to only say, Swami, first we want your feet. Next, we want to have the companionship of those that come to your feet. Then automatically the compassion comes and lets you. And then in that, these poems, Chetulu Aranga Shivuni Pujim Padeni, Noru Navvanga Harikirti Nuduvadeni, Dayayu Satyambu Lonuga Talupadeni, Kaluganetiki Tallula Kadupu Chedu. These poems are beautiful poems that Swami really loves this poem. Chetulu Aranga Shivuni Pujim Padeni. You have to worship Shiva until your hands hurt. Noru Navvanga Harikirti Nuduvadeni. Sometimes, Swami is so selfish. After some abhishekams and all, I wouldn't even have the voice to talk to people. But when you sing the bhajan or you chant a mantra, automatically the voice comes. Why? Because he wants to make sure that Noru Novanga Harikirti Nudavadini. That you have to chant the name of Sai Rama until your throat hurts. Dayalu Satyambu Lonuga Talapadeni. Compassion and truth have to be from within. Lonuga Talapadeni. It's not for expressing to others. Human values is not expressing truth, love, righteousness, all this stuff is not for expressing others. It is to express for yourself, within yourself, not to. But worshipping the God, chanting the name of the God has to be with everybody else. This Advaita should be in the bhava, not in the bahya, but the bhakti should be in the bahya. The worship, the anushtana, chanting, singing, satsang, all of that you have to join others. But values you have to express within yourself. Dayayu Satyambu Lonuga Talupadeni, Kaluganetiki, Tallula Kadupu Chetu, the one that doesn't do these things, he is only simply paying for a mother's womb, nothing more than that. Om Sri Sai. Yes, Vijay.
Sairam. When Shekhar asked to share what you experienced in this chanting, I was thinking, what did I experience really? My own self-transformation is, I can relate to only one thing. This Atirudram 83 which we conducted, many were not really aware as to what all happened behind the scenes. We have spent some time, Shekhar is aware of that, we have spent like night 3 o'clock till night 3 o'clock trying to convince people that it should happen in Sanatana Dhamma again. It's a major effort which went through, but I'll tell you what really made clinched the deal to get it to Sanatana Dhamma. Because both the sides, we were really adamant. One side we said, we are already done this, we have taken this and we have to do it well. And the other side is hell-bent on the rules of the organization. And I'm not telling the rules is wrong. The rules of the organization, and that it was a sankalpa done at one of the centers, and it was done by all the devotees, some of the devotees. So that also should not go wrong. So, and most of us, we could not convince each other, like which is right, which is wrong. And my only prayer for Swami was, in this matter of things, how do we resolve this sukshma? It's like a dharma sukshma for everyone. Because some people, for them it is nothing to do. Some people have this thing towards the center as well as towards this Vedam which we have learned and which we wanted to do. There is one thing which Swami always tells, Veshti, Samashti and Parameshti. And the final thing, there was one question asked, how do you say what you are doing is right? At that time, Shekhar related an incident. There is a time in everyone's life which is comes in two of the epics, Ramayana and Mahabharata, when you decide what is the right dharma you have to adopt. So like for example, when the Yuddham is done in Mahabharatam, everybody supports Duryodhana because they are bound by their word, by some deed or anything, including Bhishma and Drona and all of them. And it is only Vidura who goes away from the whole dharma. And same thing in Ramayana. Everyone supports Ravana, but it is only Vibhishana who comes out of that district. So what is the message in that is, for dharma, you even have to sacrifice all that which you stand for in your whole life. So for me, how it related to is, when we are doing something, for God as a devotion, the reality comes, or the dharmam is, Swami supports the dharmam only through the majority. Like Shekhar keeps on telling, it is only through the everyone getting together, the unity, that Swami materializes. And here we had, every one of us were dedicated that it has to happen in this place. And that is what I conveyed to them, telling that, and even Shekhar also, we told collectively that it will not happen anywhere else other than in this place. So whatever might be the end result, it is Swami's will, it has to happen here, it will happen here, and it is the collective will of every one of us. And that is what I realized, because when such moment comes in your life, you are not bound to any organization, you are not bound to any of the religion which you are following. It is, you are bound to the will of all the people. Swami says, his will is pronounced only through the majority, or with the masses. And only when you realize that his will is coming to the masses, you will know that you are really going according to what he wills. Right.
It's so true, and those days were very intense. It was like churning process. And peripheral, those who were not really into organizing the Rudram, they felt it too. So Swami used the exam, and also he gives you the cheat sheets also. And he also gives you the right type of medication so that you will be not drowsy, so that you can take. And one of such thing is a poem, a song Swami gives us so that Shekharji can be rejuvenated. And when I send that by email to Shekharji, thank you. And that was just 1 week before Shirdi Baba's birthday. That was October 29th, 2029. So it was so simple, and yet it is profound. It is talking about Guru Street. And I just want to share that, and if you want to sing along with us, we can sing it too. Sri Charanam, Sai Charanam. Kausalya Priya Putruni Charanam. Ram Rahimula Ramya Pucharanam. Hanumat Sevita Adbhuta Charanam. Vaidehi Priya Ananda Charanam. Charanam Charanam Sai Charanam. Charanam Sai Charanam. Sri Charanam Sai Charanam. Sri Charanam Sai Charanam. Halahalam Harinchu Charanam. Bhava Bhayabadalu Tolaginchu Charanam. Sadguru Charanam Sustira Charanam. Kanakambharadhara Kusuma Charanam. Charanam Charanam Sai Charanam. Charanam Sai Charanam. Varunita Charanam Kumara Charanam. Radha Gopi Mohita Charanam. Naradanadam Japinchu Charanam. Nagendra Dhara Sankara Charanam. Charanam Charanam Sai Charanam. Sri Charanam Sai Charanam. Neti Neti Nirminchu Charanam. Nirguna Rupa Pusri Guru Charanam. Shubha Shruti Garbhita Sundara Charanam. Mayanti Seti Mahimala Charanam. Charanam Charanam Sai Charanam. Sri Charanam Sai Charanam. Sri Charanam Sai Charanam. Kanakambharadhara Kusumapu Charanam. It heart melts. So Swami, he's with us all the time. How we connect to him and how we keep him preciously in our heart. That's what.
I don't know, auntie wants to.
I can't speak fluently in English, so I will tell you in Tamil. She will translate that.
She's your Anil Kumar.
ஒரு தடவை ராகனை பற்றி நான் போய் பார்த்து, நீங்கள் சங்கராச்சாரியாருடைய பரம டிவோட்டி, நீங்கள் எப்படி வந்து சுவாமி கிட்ட வந்தீங்க அப்படின்னு கேட்டேன். ஸோ அப்போ வந்து
So, Rao Ganapati, who is Swami's devotee, auntie asked him, he is Parmacharya's devotee. Kanchi Parmacharya's devotee, and how did he come to Swami through Parmacharya?
ஸோ அவர் வந்து பிரம்மச்சாரி. ஸோ ஃபாதருக்கு வந்து பிள்ளைக்கு கல்யாணம் பண்ணணுன்றது, ஏன்னா அவர் பஞ்சாயத்து பூஜைன்னு ஏதோ பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தார். காஞ்சி பரமாச்சாரியார் சொன்னால், ஐ எம் ஆஃப்டர் ஆல் செயின்ட், தட்ஸ் ஆல். நீ வந்து காமாட்சியே அவதாரம் பண்ணியிருக்கா புட்டபர்த்தியில், கோட்டிக்கு.
So, before I go further, actually, just inform me. This person is a great writer, and he was a bachelor. His father wanted him to get married, and Parmacharya told his father that I'm after all a saint. I'm myself a bachelor in essence. How am I supposed to ask somebody to get married? There is actually Kamakshi who has been reborn in Patti. So go and ask her for the.
So he was sitting in the line. அப்போ வந்து இவர் நான் பிராமினாச்சு. நம்ம வந்து எப்படி வந்து இவர் அந்த நமஸ்காரம் பண்ணுறதா வேண்டாமா, அவர் விபூதி மெட்டீரியலைஸ் பண்ணி கொடுப்பான்னு சொல்கிறார், அதை வாங்கி இட்டுக்கிறதா வேண்டாமா நம்ம அப்படின்ட்டு தினம் பூஜை பண்ணுற ஸ்ரீவித்யாவை he was praying அந்த லைனில் உட்காந்து.
He is a Srividya Upasaka. So sitting in the line, he is having all these conflicting thoughts, thinking, should I take vibhuti from a person who is not a Brahmin? Should I do namaskaram to this person? And with all these conflicting thoughts, he's sitting there, he's doing his Srividya Prasna as he's going on.
When he opened his eyes, he saw the Srividya Padaka. So Swami was sitting. Then Swami said, come inside. உள்ள போன உடனே சுவாமி வந்து அவரை கேட்டது, ருத்ரத்தில் ஒரு லைனை சொல்லி இதுக்கு என்ன மீனிங் அப்படின்னு கேட்டாங்க. இவருக்கு தெரியல.
Swami, when he was sitting in the line, he saw the Srividya Padaka where Swami was sitting. Swami came, took him inside to the interview room and asked him to translate a particular line in Rudra.
ஸோ இவருக்கு வந்து தெரியல. அப்புறம் சுவாமி அதுக்கு மீனிங் சொல்லி, எவன் ஒருவன் 12 years கண்டினியூஸாக ருத்ரம் சொல்கிறானோ, லார்ட் சிவா will appear in front of him. Now you are here.
Sorry. So Swami explained that whoever recites Rudram for 12 years continuously without break, Shiva will himself appear in front of him, and that is the reason why he was there.
Actually, I don't know if you remember, before I went to Patti, you told me the same thing.
Yeah.
That whoever chants Rudram for, I remember that it's 14 years. So 14 years whoever chant Rudram they will see the darshan of Swami. So anyway, I had this amazing experience with Swami. I'm presenting this album to Swami. And I know next week we're going to share all the experience at people's house. I don't want to break the thunder here. But in a sense what happened was he actually had a a steel box, a silver box to present this to Swami. Initially when I got this box, our CD album would not go into this box. So I called somebody in the ashram and said, it's not going inside. She said, no, it will go inside. Just say Sai Ram, it will go inside. So I couldn't believe it. Like half an hour we're trying, it wouldn't go into the box. And then the shop is closing. It was Saturday evening, and Monday I'm going for Parthi. And after I put the phone down, I said, Sai Ram, put the box. It just went inside. Okay, I couldn't believe it. Anyway, next week I'll share you all the pictures and share more experiences. But anyway, the reason I'm saying that is when I was presenting to Swami, me and Brother Dhiren were there. You know, Swami opens the ribbon and he is trying to take he's opening the box, and then we put a Swami statue there and also the CD and everything. And Swami is like, take it out. And I'm like trying to take it out. Guess what? It's stuck. It's not coming out. Trying 3 times, and Swami is like smiling. He's enjoying the whole fun. It's not coming out. Then finally I gave up because Chakravarti sir from behind is like, Sikro, kind of thing. So then I gave up and went back. And then I remembered I had to say Sai Ram. I said Sai Ram, and then I got up and then pushed it in and again took it out. It came out. And Swami was laughing, and then he opened it and he touched all this thing. He took the exact page where this one song, Sai Guru Mission, where this thing is uplifting the Vedas, the Sai's mission. He's putting and said, very happy, very happy. Now at that moment, after I actually went back, I realized this whole thing about what you told about this 12 or 14 years, whichever it is. But that was Sri Ramanavami day, and Swami was really like Sri Rama. He was there, Sri Rama. It was really like being in front of Sri Rama. And then the whole message of being there for 10 minutes, there one glimpse, he says, in one line, he explained the meaning of Ramayana, which is actually how Sri Rama went away for 14 years into the forest, and how the Hanuman, which is like the monkey form, is going and merging with Rama, which is really the aspect of our mind, which is the monkey, and going and merging with your Atma, which is the Rama. That's why we call Atma Rama, Ananda Rama. So the Atma, right? And then the way to reach there is Namasmara. And that's it. And that is why the 14 years of forest, going to forest, everything is just a story of how there is a 14 years separation. But if you do this Namasmara and everything, then you get Ramarajyam back. That is the Atma Rajyam. The entire meaning of Ramayana came in one glimpse, and the impact of it, saying the Sai Ram and everything, and what you told me just before leaving to Parthi. And I remember the same thing, which is whether it is Rudram chanting or Gayatri chanting, just Ramanama chanting or anything it is, it's just the Namasmarana that Swami says that's enough to reach God. And even Malini Akka, when she came for the talk in NYC, that's the message Swami told her. Just say to the youth, Namasmarana is more than enough. That's all. That's enough to take you to God. So we are all so lucky to chant Rudram and do this.
I would like to share a few words. I always had this problem of, in my mind, how to address Shekhar Garu. Should I say him Shekhar Garu or Shekhar Ji or Shekhar or better yet not say anything? I always had this problem. And we call it Shekhar Garu. Sometimes I would call him Shekhar, sometimes I would call him Shekhar Garu, whenever the context was. But the reason I'm telling you, I really don't know how to honor him, in words. So, but today I want to tell you that I would like to honor him by whatever few things I have learned from him, sharing it with us. And the first thing I learned from him was what is the true meaning of Bhavani Shankara. And then later I learned from him a lot of things about Narayana Upanishad, the first Veda mantra I learned, my wife learned from him. Even till this day, every day, Narayana Upanishad, in one of the meetings he said, the mantra reveals itself, you don't need to and I'll share you a small story about how he did something really so I just want to, I don't want to, to me, I'm like thankful to Swami in my life journey. He's part of my life journey along with Swami. So we're all with him. There are a couple of things were happening during entire last year. One was we were trying to do the Atirudra Parayanam. We were trying to chant this Gayatri Mantra chanting, the Sai Gama initiative by the young adults. and I shared this with the other people. So I was always asking Swami this question. I was very thoroughly confused about, who is Lord Shiva? Who is this Vishnu? Who is this, Jesus? Who is this Brahma? Swami always says, oh, everybody is one. You should say, I am I. There's so many speeches spent on this. I was really, really confused. I was asking Swami, what is this? Who are these people? And to add to this, what happened was very confused. If you know Dr. Joe Fanu, anybody, he got a ring from Swami, and the ring was something like this. There was this ocean, and then there's this Vishnu standing, and then there's the Adisesha on him. And then inside him was Shirdi Sai Baba, and inside Shirdi Sai Baba was Sat Sai Baba. Inside Sat Sai Baba was Prema Sai Baba. And that even confused me more. Swami said that in one of the initial speeches about his Shiva Shakti. He's like, he took this 3 avatar thing, and now he is showing to Dr. Jafan he is Vishnu and he is like Narayana. It really confused things more. And then during this time when Narayana Upanishad was taught by Shekhar, and then we were learning Rudram immediately after that. One day, the 2 things which came to me. I shared with many of my friends here. First thing was Swami. Who is Swami? And Swami, so if you really take that word in English, S-W-A, it's not Swami, it's Swami, right? S-W-A-A-M-I. It's S-W-A plus A-M plus I. Swa in Sanskrit is I am I. Swami, I was getting up from my bed, and I was thinking about this, and that's what he told me, that I am I, Swami, I am I. And then, during the same time, this is a culmination of Narayana Upanishad and Rudram, where a dry leaf is Rudra or a green leaf is Rudra. What Shakespeare was teaching us, and Narayana Upanishad talking about Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma. Everybody came out of Narayana, and all these Veda mantras came of Narayana. So this is what he has given to me. And especially if you're a programmer, you will really understand this. If you're in the software line. So, I think it's important to share with this to everybody. That's why please, I'm sorry for taking too much extra. Swami said in a speech that if you take a bucket of water from the ocean, the same properties of the ocean are in the bucket. So it's salty, it's cold, or it has whatever froth or ripples, waves, whatever, all the properties, just that it is in limited quantity and governed by the shape of the bucket. So, but you cannot say that the water is not salty or whatever. It has the same properties, just that it is an extra property that it is the shape of the bucket. So, in the same way, if you take, instead of a big water ocean, you take a huge, as big as the ocean, ball of light. And from that light, you take little bit amount of light. Okay? Again, this little amount of light has same properties as the original light. Same way, you take many properties of these lights. And now, each light is its own right now. It gives its own light. It is independent of the original light, but still it has all the properties of the light. So it's very important to understand it. Now, you take that light and put in us, each one of the light. So we are all those same light. We have these extra properties of this human being, or whatever shape, color we come in. But all the original properties of that light, the big ball of light, are in us. And to further explain this, people who are programmers will understand this. Like in a class hierarchy, you derive, even in botany people will understand this. Class hierarchy, you derive class from the original class. The derived class has all the properties of the original class. Plus, it will have its own properties which it defines. Right? Same thing with animal classes. So Swami has explained this class kingdom, animal kingdom, software programming, all this, So now
what is fundamental is we all have the same properties. And then he related with the story of the kerchief he talks about. You take the kerchief, and he always said this many times in different contexts, but this context here was, the kerchief is made up of the threads, the yarn basically, and the yarn is made up of the cotton. But you cannot say, if you say this kerchief is cotton, people will laugh at it. You see, it is cotton, it is made from cotton, but it is not cotton, it is kerchief, it has specific purpose to do something. And that is the meaning of Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma or Lord Vishnu, whoever they are the same Narayana. We are all the same Narayana. We have been just converted in these forms, and we have specific property to do. If we say, go out and say I'm God, people laugh at you, but you have the same properties of God in you. And this all has, whatever was sitting in meditation, Swami has explained to me, and culmination of all these things, and so simply, and all I can say is, I can honor Shekhar just not by how I address him, not by that, but by sharing my things, whatever I learned. To this day, whenever I meet my friends, brothers, relatives, I do explain to them who true Bhavani Shankara is, and telling that each one of us is true Bhavani Shankara. Shankara is the one who does good. Bhavani, Bha is related to the light, the thought light, Vani, the speech in our head. So the good thoughts converted to good action. Shankara is Bhavani Shankara, and each one of us, that's what Shekhar Garu is. Sorry if I said it wrongly, but that's what I learned from you. So the true way I can really honor him is share whatever I have, spread this. Yes, we are going to chant Rudram in any house we go. Yes, we are going to have more and more knowledge transfer. And Swami has clearly said the first item in his thing, the upliftment of the Vedas, or is what is first goal, the primary goal. And he has made sure that I am part of the journey along with Shekhar to learn from Shekhar, and then I just want to, I cannot, if I say thank you, it kind of means meaningless. If I say that whatever way I prayed, it's really meaningless to me. All it is truly meaningful is whatever we learn, we give it back. We owe it to the society, we owe it to the world. So, Sai Ram.
So I just wanted to say one more thing. I think we are all forgetting or taking for granted, or maybe it mentioned, I don't know, I was not here at time. But I was just telling about, Shekhar uncle, how he sacrificed his time, but more than Shekhar uncle is Haima auntie and Sai Bundupalli. He went to dinner somewhere, he didn't come back. No, honestly, we take that 4:30 a.m. for granted, and we go there, and for 1 year, they hosted our house like it's nothing, and
it is still like that.
Yeah, all thanks to Haima auntie actually. No, she's being very humble, but
you missed the Andhra food then.
Honestly, it's so much love, so much love from everyone, so much sacrifice on part of everyone, not more than Shekhar uncle, Haima auntie and Sai. We are really, we are fortunate, I should say. We are fortunate to have such people amongst us. Really inspiring.
Sairam, I would like to thank Swami for where I am today right now. And I don't know, I cannot even dream, like, see, I never thought that I will be learning Vedam and everything. But it's really thankful to Swami that today I am at least able to chant Rudram. I don't know whether I chant properly or not, but at least I can chant, I can see the book and chant. And I'm really thankful to Swami to make Shekhar Garu as my instrument and to teach us all these things. And at least bringing me here where I can. Sometimes I feel really bad. It would have been nice if we knew him long back, because I know when
he started, he was teaching in his house, Hanoi house. So one of our friends told us that he is teaching Rudram, and if you want, you can come. But maybe we were not ready at that time, so that's why we couldn't go and learn that time. And then later I was really thinking I should learn, and then I came to know that, oh, ladies should not chant, and they cannot learn, and they cannot chant. So it was kind of disappointing, and I was fighting inside, so why should not ladies chant? When men can chant, we are not chanting and doing any abhishekam or something, at least we can learn for the sake of knowledge. So, and that's the time when again Shekharji started his classes, and it was so convenient being in the early morning. So it was not a problem, it was not conflicting with any other schedules. And so that's how, and last year again, because of certain reasons, I was not able to go to the class. So then again I was feeling bad, okay, see, now the classes have started and now I cannot go there. And then suddenly it came that we have a dial-in facility there, so we could make use of that. And that's how, it's really wonderful experience. So I don't know how much it has affected me, but I'm thankful I'm on this path. I don't know, maybe in the beginning, but I felt, just now I was thinking and I felt like all these days it was like a cruise control. We just sit and we don't have to worry. He will come and teach and we'll go and just do, and then we don't think about it. Saturday class we just go and we don't even think about it. So now again it's like that's gone and we have to drive ourselves. It's not a cruise control. So maybe now Swami wants us to be part of that. He has brought us for so long. So now it's our effort as collectively we need to do something, because he is going for he is chosen for a bigger mission, so his mission is over here, so he is going there. So now as followers, it's our responsibility to take it to the higher level. And regarding this satsang, in the morning I had such a wonderful dream, and Swami came in the dream, and exactly this is what I saw. He was just sitting there and everybody was sharing, and actually he was sitting on the floor with us, and everybody was sharing, and it was so wonderful that he was walking like that. He was not in the chair, though he was old, but he was just walking with us and talking just casually there. So I was just wondering why suddenly out of blue I am having this dream. And as soon as I answered, I had the same thing. Oh, this is what I saw in the morning. This is exactly what I saw in the morning. And I'm so thankful to Swami and for choosing such a wonderful person for as his instrument. Sometimes I wonder the knowledge he has. I don't know how many lives it will take for me to be there. But at least I am in this life. I am maybe in the very beginning. That's okay. But we are in the right path. So sometime we'll reach there.
But I have to tell, it is not me, she'll go to India, and at that time when people exited, it said who exited, who joined, who exited in the class. And I heard one day why he exited. And I remember Prabhakar saying that she has gone to India. And I was confused, why they exiting, and then I called him. I said, isn't she in India? He said, yeah, she is in India. She was calling from India for the Veda classes. How much dedication and love that Swami, how much service, it's like the Annapurna feeding, literally thousands of people. Vaidehi is like Annapurna. How many people get served by that hand? What I do is, what you do is that bhagyam I want, not the other way around. Swami has given you that opportunity to serve so many thousands of people over the last couple of years I know. And so, with all that, all the stuff that you have that yearning to learn, that's the reason why Swami chose a buffalo like this to do it. It's not the other way around. And I have to say that it's the grace of that mother. When you were mentioning about that's the mother, that her grace that comes to us. Whatever little I know, my father is a great professor and all that stuff. My mother hardly even went to 5th class. But all the stotrams that I know is only because I'll be listening to her when she cooked the food. All the stotrams she knew by heart. Lalita Sahasranam, Vishnu Sahasranam. I never learnt any of the stotras. Only thing I would do is listen to my mother when she was cooking. And she'll be chanting all these things. Even when she was giving bath to me, when I was a kid, she'll be chanting some stotram and giving bath to all the four of the kids. And that's the level of devotion, the bhakti that was there in her heart. And that's because of that mother's blessing, I really feel that Swami has given this opportunity. And I would, my father, he wrote a poem on, a song on Om Shri Mata, O Jagadishwari, Susri Sundara Suruchila Subhaga, Ni Kataksha Vikshana Kantula, Akarshinkuma, Sumanogma, Mahalakshmi Vai. This simple Telugu, all of you can understand it, I would hope. Mahalakshmi Vai Mamu Rakshimpuma, protect us as Mahalakshmi. Maha Saraswatiga, Divimpuma. Bless us like Maha Saraswati. Maha Kaliga, Malo Dagina, Maha Rakshasila, Nirmulimpuma. Like the Maha Kali, destroy the demons within us. Maha Kali Vai, Malo Dagina, the Rakshasas that are hidden inside us, bring them out and destroy them like Maha Kali. Maheshwariga Mamu Divimpuma. Mahodatta Chaitanya Spurtini, Ma Hritkamalamula Nivasimpuma, Om Aim Hreem Sreem Mantra Ishwari. Tallivi Nive, Ne Ni Tanayanu, Talli Naku Janimpumu Tanayaga. Tallivi Nive, you are my mother, I am your child. But my mother, please be born as a child for me, so that you and I can play with each other for so many lifetimes to come. And this Amma Ni Daya, mother, it is your grace, mother, it is your grace. This is the Maha Mantra. My father writes, Amma Ni Daya, Anu Samsmaraname Imma, Makadi Mahita Mantramagu. Amma Ni Daya, Amma Ni Daya, Amma, this is your blessing, Amma, this is your blessing, Amma, this is your grace. This mother, there is no other way to worship God other than mother. There is no other God that is greater than mother. There is absolutely, if your mother doesn't bless, no matter Sai Baba cannot bless you. Mother has to first bless you. Only if mother blesses you, Swami will bless you. He himself says that. How much more that only because of Ishwarama, today all the work of Swami had happened. If there is no Ishwarama, all the mission of Swami doesn't happen. Only because she prayed. What does she do? Swami Vadikadi Swami, Swami Vadi college lo seati Swami, Swami akkada Dravidavin Swami, Swami ikkada college gattin Swami, Swami valaki cheerabettu Swami, Swami abbaiki udyogam Swami. This is the only thing she will ask. And he will get fed up. He will say, why you are asking about all Ulla words antanta nee nettineskuntaventi? He will say, why are you carrying all the problems of the people in the village and you bring to me? Otherwise, who will bring? Only Ishwarama has to bring. So, if you want to get Swami's grace, pray to Ishwarama. Put a petition to her. Tell Ishwarama. Ishwarama, please put our application to Swami. She will. I am not kidding. She will absolutely go bug Swami until he blesses you. Amma Daya, Anu Samsmaraname Imma, Magadi Mahita Mantramavi. Ajivita Padhela Manadhamu, Ajara Maranopaya. I shared with the people in the Veda class. This Swami, they were releasing the book on his father on May 2nd. I was sitting and talking to Raviteja, and Raviteja says, Anna, what are you? I was supposed to do some devotional singing. All of a sudden he asked me, Anna, what are you singing for Dad's function? I said, no, I haven't really thought about what I should sing. And he says, no, you should sing Father's song. You should compose and sing yourself. And then I was saying, look at the pure heart, right? He was asking me, his father and mother got profusely blessed by Swami for the Shatabhishekam. 80th birthday, Swami came, the entire family, Swami in front of everybody in Kullam, called mother, father, everybody, blessed them, threw vibhuti packet at mother's feet, lap and all that stuff. So this mother's love is so intense. I'm saying this because it's the mother's love only that we need to pray for. I know it is getting late for many of you. It is
the kids are getting restless and they are getting hungry and noisy also. So there are a couple of petitions from the mothers.
I would like to sing this song,
please.
And it is in Telugu, but you can all join sing Om Shri Mata O Jagadishwari. Om Shri Mata O Jagadishwari. Om Shri Mata O Jagadishwari.
Om Shri Mata O Jagadishwari. Om Shri Mata O Jagadishwari.
Suruchira Subhagani Katacha Vichana Kandula Akarashim Puma Sumanona Mammakarashim Puma Sumanona.
Om Shri Mata O Jagadishwari. Om Shri Mata O Jagadishwari.
Lakshmi Vai Mamura Chimpuma Maha Saraswati Gapirinduma Maha Kaliga Malodagina Maharaja Sula Nirmulupuma Maharaja Sula Nirmulupuma.
Om Shri Mata Om Jagadishwari. Om Shri Mata Om Jagadishwari.
Kamalamula Nivashokuma Chitnidashini Sachidananda Shakatidayini Sri Lalita Parameshwari Bala Aryupumuni
Om Shri Mata Om Jagadishwari. Om Shri Mata Om Jagadishwari. Om Shri Mata Om Jagadishwari. Om Shri Mata Om Jagadishwari.
Amma Daya Amma पाधेय मनर घमु अजरामरणोपाय रमेश्यमु अजरामरणोपाय रमेश्यमु ओम श्री
माता ओम जगदीश्वरी ओम श्री माता ओम जगदीश्वरी ओम श्री माता ओम जगदीश्वरी ओम श्री माता ओम जगदीश्वरी ओम श्री माता ओम जगदीश्वरी ओम श्री माता ओम जगदीश्वरी ओम श्री माता ओम
Sairam, we have been speaking about how Shaikhanji taught us Vedas and everything. I have experienced the motherly love he has showered on me and our family. I had a very tough time 3.5 years before. Every day he would pray to Swami, he would pray to Dattatreya. He would do the Abhishekam and he would say, Gayatri, any negative thought comes to you, say Sairam, say the Namasmarana. Dattatreya is there, Guru Murti is nothing like Dattatreya. Every day Abhishekam, every day. And I happened to go to the World Youth Conference and I was there and outside, because of Shekharji's thing, Veda thing, and we were able to chant Veda in front of us in the Veda group and then come out and everything. That experience was good, very good. And I come and then Phyllis Crystal was leading us to the meditation. Please give me the energy not to be emotional but to tell everyone that motherly compassion you showered to me. I was doing this meditation and then this was leading us that you have to inhale Swami's energy and exhale on the people you love and expand yourself throughout the world. And I was doing this and I was doing one by one and I was inhaling and exhaling. I said, I was doing this for Shekharji. I said, Swami, you train this person when I was going through these difficult times. And then I was getting this air blowing in my face. And when I was inhaling and exhaling and I was continuing my meditation and I opened my eyes right in front of my, just outside right in front of my face was a black dog and it was blowing this thing in front of me. I am scared of dogs. I would have screamed, but I didn't scream that day. I don't know what happened to me. And it saw me right into my eyes. And then it turned, it walked, it turned, it saw me, and then right in my eyes and it walked away. And then a couple of sisters were laughing the thing, when we were standing there. They were thinking probably she was sleeping and this dog came and woke her up or something. And I was sharing this, Shekharji got a leash. I want to just say.
She shared this in the forum Gayatri. And I didn't understand. When she asked me, Shekharji, what does this mean? What does this mean? I said, I don't know, Mom. But that's Swami. So in that night, after I went to meditation and after that when I went to bed, so Swami comes in the dream. And then, she was right. I mean, every day when I go, people in the Sankalpa, let me say their name. That's because the only reason why you do Abhishekam is for serving people. It is not anything else. Because honestly, I don't have any desire in life. The only desire I had in my life was Atul Prabhupada and Swami fulfilled that. So, and after that, when I made a promise to Swami that I won't take care of anything else in my life, it's all you only. This is the only thing you have to fulfill. That was the deal I had with him. And he asked me why. I said, Swami, all the devotees are praying. And devotees want to do this, Swami. There are devotees that didn't even move out of Bay Area, Swami, for this approval. That they don't want to even go out of Bay Area. So you have to fulfill it. So anyway, the point was, when he came in the dream, I was having a conversation with Swami about this. And then he said, and I was asking Swami, what is this dog? In the conversation he said, for Dattatreya, there are 4 dogs, and the 4 dogs are the 4 Vedas. And then the significance of it was that one of the Vedas that comes in front of her, glowing on her face, and then he looks at me and said, who do you think you are? You are also my dog only. Okay, which means that, actually what he's saying is that all the work that I'm doing is I'm his pet dog, and he's pampering to get his work done. And so in the context of Sai Rama Krishna,
పిల్లలు అరుస్తున్నారు వాళ్ళకి కాపాడు
అయిపోయింది. Then we'll stop here. So anyway, the aspect of that was, the other thing was, it's true, every time when we worshipped, and offered the prayers, at the end of the Sankalpam I would, say the names of the people. And for Guru, the only thing I could imagine was nothing but Dattatreya, because Guru Murti, Dattatreya is my favorite deity. So I'm praying for Dattatreya to take care of Guru, and it is the dog that comes and gives them the sign. That's what Swami is basically indicating.